Hello, all. Welcome to the Lunar Sea Spire Cartoon Fan Podcast. This is episode 312, and today we'll be talking about Youth with Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm GC13.
And I'm Isabel.
So this is back to JoJo a little sooner than I expected, but scheduling is a strange beast, so we got to continue from our to be continued a little early, and that's never a bad thing.
No, it's not.
You know, I watch on Crunchyroll without a premium account, so there's no way that I'm going to sit through 2 minutes of commercials just to watch the after credit scene, so I can say with full confidence that Dio is gone and we will never have to deal with him again. Wink to camera. Thank goodness for JoJo Wiki, am I right?
Yep.
But, I mean, after credit scene or not, you have to agree, this was a pretty bad day for Dio.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, you know, Dio doesn't make a big deal out of it, but I'm just reminded of the last episode of The Secret Saturdays with Argost, very upset when the heroes show up to stop him. That was my moment! You know, he becomes a monster, and how many people does he manage to kill? It doesn't even kill JoJo. I mean, he has the soul of a warrior, that JoJo.
Oh yes, for sure. So Dio is now a vampire.
And they do a good job running through his powers a little bit. I mean, we're only getting the beginnings of the powers. It's new to us, as it is to him, but he is now significantly stronger than JoJo again.
Oh yeah, and Speedwagon shows up again.
Yes, okay. Now that we've seen him in episode 3, I can definitely agree that I am on Team Speedwagon. Good for him.
Also, I noticed his full name is Robert E.O. Speedwagon, just like the band R.E.O. Speedwagon, so that is a direct reference.
And I do love me some spicy references, so they have my full approval for doing that with him. With such a major character, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually when you're gonna name somebody that blatantly, it would be a very small character. Like a shopkeeper. Good thing nothing bad happens to any shop owners in this episode. I will say this, the flashback with Dio's father in the jail with the copper there, that was maybe a little melodramatic for my liking. It also makes me, what was his name? George makes me question George's judgment a little.
Yeah.
He's so nice, even to people who don't deserve it.
Speaking of George, I mean, ouch. He put his life on the line.
He's got some reflexes, though. He was how far away from JoJo and he was able to respond before he did?
Oh man, I guess he was like just a few feet away, and then, yeah.
He crossed some distance, I thought, to get in between that knife and JoJo.
Yeah.
But I was curious about the significance of the ring that Mr. Brando stole from Mr. Joestar, so it is nice to see 2 episodes later that come up again, and I don't know, I'm just having a hunch that ring comes up later in the season. Just a hunch. That's not reading ahead in the wiki, that just seems like it should. But this was mostly an extended action scene towards the second half of the episode, though, and like I already said, Dio shows that he is now much stronger than JoJo, but as Dio himself explains, the more you beat down on JoJo, the tougher he gets.
For sure.
Kind of a little bit like Metal Bat, actually.
What's that?
Metal Bat from One Punch Man. He is a greaser or Yankee, I don't know what they would call him, but he's got the greaser look and a metal bat, and the angrier he gets, the stronger and more durable he becomes.
Okay.
Classic rage. Except JoJo doesn't get angry, he just gets results.
So, according to Speedwagon, having 3 moles on your ear is a sign that you're evil? Never heard that before.
I thought it was the shop owner that said that, and he just said that the man is absurdly lucky, although he did say it was the devil's own luck, so maybe there is a certain wickedness inherent. I mean, he did mention his face, I believe, as well, so maybe the 3 moles on the ear are related to the luck, and it's the face that tells you whether he's got like an angel's luck or the devil's luck.
Yeah, maybe.
But a Speedwagon can tell us that Dio is definitely the rotten sort. I mean, as we had already established, he could have had everything he wanted, but, no, he also wants to cause pain to others. That's just how he rolls.
Yep.
I lament for Jojo's beautiful house, but I guess he has a bizarre adventure to go on, so he won't need that where he's headed.
Oh, no, he won't.
So, Jojo calling out to his father to make the flames burn hotter, and then the fire turns from orange to purple. I think his father heard him.
Well, I mean, the colors in the show change pretty often, so it might have just been I don't know, just the way the scene is.
I don't know, this is a world of some crazy magic. I can believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, the inspiration that caused Jojo to impale Dio on that statue, brilliant.
Yep.
I liked how good Jojo was using his belt to grab onto Dio's leg, though. That was very nice shot. Very long belt, too, apparently.
Yep.
Big man, big belt. I mean, watching Jojo in the intro, though, with that all that energy surrounding him. Which episode does that happen in? Is that mid-season, or are we almost there?
Oh, with
what's it called? I can't remember what it's called.
The hum on. That's the energy. He'll get that later.
Okay, yeah.
I believe that's next episode, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I think so, yeah.
But as we have established, there is definitely no worrying about Dio in the future. But if somehow he were to return, Jojo would probably want to have some of that. I just think it would come in handy.
Oh yeah.
If only he could get away to punch somebody without getting closer, though. Seems like it would be helpful. Joe jokes. So the draining of a person's blood to turn them into kind of a zombie, is that used more in this season? Because I'm just thinking of in Hellsing, where a vampire can drain somebody and turn them into a ghoul, a mindless zombie. Actually, they have much less of a mind than this guy had.
Yeah, I believe they can do that. Yeah, make zombies.
But Dio doesn't make that a habit.
Let's see, I can't quite remember, but
it doesn't strike me as the kind of series where the hero has to, churn through a bunch of minions. This is really just a heroes and villains story with nary a henchman to be found. That's what it strikes me as after 3 episodes, anyway. I get that vibe. Although I will tell you from, either Hellsing series, watching ghouls get blown apart does not get old. So if they wanted to bring a little bit of that, I wouldn't be averse to it. Jojo seems a little too honorable to go massacring through the minions, though. Not a fair fight, you see.
Yeah. Okay,
so one thing that's confusing me, though, is about the mask. Dio made a big deal about using Jojo's father's blood. I'm guessing it doesn't matter whose blood.
Yeah.
It does matter?
Well, yeah, I'm wondering. So,
we know it activates from the person's own blood. Jojo is able to activate it with his own blood.
Right.
But, the mask wasn't on anyone, so we've never seen it. Now, actually, I think Dio might have used that one dude's own blood on him when he activated the mask, because I don't think he was bleeding at the time in episode 2. Just fascinating things to wonder. I mean, heck, for a second there, I was expecting Jojo to try to use the mask on himself because he's like, oh, it unlocked his potential. Something about the brain, and I'm like, is he about to try to use this on himself? I mean, Jojo isn't the brightest sometimes, but that seems a little drastic even for him. But thankfully, he had other plans, which worked out better than he was hoping. I mean, he was hoping for a mutual kill, and he got a clean win. Again, score 1 for the family guardian angel, I guess.
Yep.
Earned its keep that day. I mean, I guess this is going to be one of our shorter discussions because so much of this episode was action. It looked really good, although I will say Crunchyroll must have been experiencing a pretty heavy load when I watched because it was dropping more frames than it usually does.
Okay.
So maybe not the most fluid experience. I guess it makes me appreciate the calm before the storm a little bit more, like when everyone in the audience knows what's about to happen as, Dio's body is lying out there and everyone else is like, oh, clearly he's already dead. Let us lament how things could have been better. I love that, what is it? Dramatic irony is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
The audience is just waiting for that vampire action to happen. Poor Jojo. He was really kind of buying it there at the beginning when Dio was doing his "let me turn myself in" spiel. I really liked how they cut they changed Dio's animation so they have the unrealistically colored, sneering interior self, so they could narrate his interior thoughts and have him look like he was thinking.
Oh yes, that was a good detail.
That was a very classy touch. I'm assuming it was just the same in the anime or in the manga, because I was looking at the differences between the episode listed on the wiki, and it's like very tiny, minute differences, and it's like, okay, so this is a very faithful adaptation. I'm assuming most adaptations are pretty faithful, but this is one of them. Anyway, guys, that's been us on Youth with Dio, the actiony fight, the first fight between Vampire Dio and Sir Jonathan Joestar. Join us next week. Until then, I'm GC13.
And I'm Isabel.
Later, everybody. Our opening and closing music is by Mark Soto. For more cartoon-related content, please visit lunarceasefire.com.